All right, cool. We've moved. So let's begin. We were waiting for you, but I'll just do a bit of an introduction. Hello, everyone. It's great to have Miss Techy, but let me not get distracted now. Wow. Okay, good. It's a pleasure to host you guys. My pleasure to host you guys on the MannyVille 4.0 series. What we do here is tell stories, talk tech, and hopefully change some lives. I want to say a big welcome to the original audience, and this is the guys who started with us from day one. If you, and I know one or two people, but if you've been with us since the first season, first episode, please show some love on the comment section. What we said is that we're going to try and give guys some gifts, some love as well, especially for those who have been consistent, because I think that it shows that they're passionate around tech. I also want to thank those who are joining us for the very first time. We hope you don't get disappointed. Typically you don't, because I mean, we have an explosive speaker here today who we're going to have a great conversation with. Let me introduce myself. My name is Emmanuel Asika. Most people call me Manny. In my day job, I'm the country head for HP Nigeria. I run a channel sales organization that spans East and West Africa for HP, about 16 countries in between. And when I am not doing that, I'm talking about tech and how to bridge the digital divide in Nigeria and on the continent. And that's what we're doing here, having the conversation, because we believe that if you raise the conversation levels, you've solved half of the problem. Okay, so what's the problem statement? Why do we have the MannyVille series? We have an education problem. I mean, that goes without saying. If you guys know the data, 244 million kids are out of school worldwide. Of that number, 40%, close to 100 million, reside in Africa, and Nigeria has 20.2 million of that number. What that means is that 1 out of every 5 child that's out of school is in Nigeria. If that's not a crisis, I don't know what else is. Now, for those who are actually in school, the quality of education is abysmal, all right? There's a data that went out in 2012 that said that we have about 58 to 60% of people not having quality education in Nigeria. Recently, UNICEF raised that number to 70%, all right? So quality education is key. One of the reasons why we love to attack the problem sometimes using teachers as well. All right, let me add Miss Techy again. I think she jumped off. All right. But for us, obviously, you know, we cannot address all of the problems, but what we can do is to look at it from a tech angle. We believe that the key to Africa's future is digital. And so rather than talk about all the stories, and speak about high-sounding topics, we just want to be practical. We know that for you to achieve digital equity on the continent in Nigeria, 3 things you need to do. Number 1 is devices. Number 2 is data. And number 3, obviously, is digital literacy. All of these 3 things we try to address on the MannyVille series, all right? We give out devices as much as we can. We do data as well. But more importantly, we have a conversation. We believe in the storied angles. And so rather than do PowerPoint presentations and tell you about the problem statement, we bring beautiful people like Miss Techy, CC Nerd, and all of the guys who are veterans and who have are doing well in the tech space to talk to us about how they've done it. Hopefully we can inspire some people, mentor some people, but more importantly, obviously we also want to put out the good things, you know, that are happening in Nigeria out there so that the world can see that it's not all negative. If you think we will talk about problems and challenges and about the fuel scarcity and the dollar that is, you know, giving the narrative beating, not on this platform. We discuss solutions and we discuss things that are positive. Not because we don't believe that it's important to have conversations about challenges, but we believe that a lot of people can do that very easily. So let's take the conversation in a different direction. So we believe in stories and telling stories, and that's why I'm the chief griot, and then Miss Techy is also the griot on this series. Chino Achebe says that the story is our progeny, the story is our escort, and without it we are blind. So we tell stories. We don't just tell stories, we also create stories. I'll tell you a little bit about Daniel from Benin, Joy from Benin as well, Joanna from Lagos, Ikechukwu from Lagos. These are guys who have all been recipients of our devices, and who we are working with to do great stuff in the tech space. Recently, we had Maiwa from Ibadan, who's female, and Aisha from Abuja. So the list goes on and on. We don't drop the laptops and let the people go. We also try to help them, mentor them, and help them along on their tech journey. Okay, so what do we have in store for today? I have talked a lot, guys. We will definitely give out one laptop at the very least, depending on how it goes. We'll give out. I will save that in the save. I won't let the cat out of the bag, but definitely at least one. And we'll see how it goes from there. Actually, let's see how generous Miss Techy is today.
Oh,
or how she can influence. She can ginger us. You know what I mean? Yeah, then we're going to have data for 2 or 3 people, depending on how it goes. I like to see how engaged people are. So please be engaged. Please burn up the comment sections. Talk about what you need to talk about. I'll read Miss Techy's profile before we go ahead, and then just participate. All right. We realize that in success, sometimes it's not your degree, your education. It's not about what you know. It's really about the guts and the passion that you have. And that sometimes is more important than all of the knowledge that you have. We want to talk about the gamification of learning. What's the gamification of learning? Now, bringing it home to Miss Techy, using video game designs and game elements in learning environments, and that is something that Miss Techy has mastered, and we're happy to talk to her about the gamification of learning. Video games are very popular in HP. I mean, I've signed a couple of MOUs to talk about esports, to talk about curriculums in gaming. Obviously, we have gaming devices as well. Go figure. But it's things have evolved. Cognitive skills, critical thinking, problem-solving skills are things that you get from gaming. All right. So we want to see how we can push that gaming agenda. We will also talk about which of Miss Techy's videos was your favorite. I'll tell you the one that was mine, Toby.
I can't wait to see.
I'll tell you the one that was mine. But let me talk to you guys about the lady that we have here today. Just give me a second. I need to raise my voice.
I'm sorry.
Let me do this, it's my pleasure to do that. So in case you don't know, her name is Oluwatobi Dorcas. She doesn't look like a Dorcas.
I know.
Okay.
Oh my God, I got teased by that name in primary school. You know this Aki and Papa, Dorcas is a queen. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
All right.
But
she doesn't look like a Dorcas, yes. Sometimes I have to correct myself and call her Toby. But we've become good friends, and I think that it will only get better. Now, she's known professionally as Miss Techy. For those of you who do not know, she's a graduate of guess what? Banking and finance.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to have to explain to us how banking and finance became tech. But okay, yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry. All right, cool. She's a Nigerian tech content creator, best known for her creative, engaging, and highly captivating content, which helps inform, educate our audience about tech. And that's something that we love because you have the tech angle. She started her career with a tech blog by the same name, Miss Techy, in February 2015. So that's 8 years in the game. So she's no. So if we want to say it with some gravitas, Toby will say you have spent a decade.
I swear to God, man.
That's a decade doing this business, right? And then you later launched into making videos on YouTube and Instagram, and we love those stuff that you do. Currently, you have over 100K Instagram followers. Oh, that's fine. 30K, oh, that's fine. It's more about the outcomes and the impact that you're making. And I think that's even more important. You've partnered with high-profile brands, including Google, MTN, Nescafe, Microsoft, Oppo, Smooth, Standard Chartered Bank, and very recently with HP Incorporated.
Yes.
And you're a recipient of several awards. YTech 100, Best Tech Content Creator in Nigeria, etc., etc., etc. So that's the fun stuff. That's the sexy stuff that people like to see and hear. But a lot of people neglect the actual work that goes behind in the background. That's what we want to evince. We want, when we open the Instagram or social media, we see beautiful pictures, you coming out of a television. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you my best content. The best content was the one where you held something that we thought was a phone, by the way.
Oh.
And that was one of the early ones, right? And then
Yeah.
you had something that was not your hair. You were wearing glasses and you were not actually wearing glasses.
Yeah, that video was viral.
That actually shocked me when I was like, oh my goodness. As in you deceived us completely, 100%. Yeah, but it was great, and it drove home the point very, very strongly, about things are not always what you think they are, especially once you're in interactive. So that's digital literacy at its peak, and you telling people about how to interact with the digital world. Okay, cool. So that's that. And guys, please put your hands together for Miss Techy. All right,
Thank
cool.
you so much, Manny. Thank you for that introduction.
All right, so let's dive right into the questions. Guys, I can't even see my section. I don't know. I've been so into myself. Guys, maybe you should put a comment on which was your best content from Miss Techy. I'd like to see what you guys. So the problem is I don't know if they have like titles, but describe it, guys. We have a team on the background who's looking at all the comments, and they're going to try to pick the guys who are the most engaged. All right, so cool. Let's go. Toby, tell us something about yourself that nobody knows. We know the glitz, the glamour. We know all. I know a couple of them. I'm not going to spill the beans. But some stuff that people don't know about you that would be like,
that's tough. But let me share something that nobody knows. I think I can share on the internet. I like watching Chinese drama.
What? K-drama.
I love it. I graduated from Korean drama to Chinese drama, and I feel like, that's nice. That's a very nice transition. Upwards only. Maybe sooner or later I'll start watching Filipino dramas. But yeah, I guess that's
someone said fake news.
See, never knock something off until you try, guys. For those of you that are still on the fence, try one taste, one series to convince you.
All right. So I love this one, the one where you went under the title of the content and you talked about different power banks. Oh, that was a nice one.
Yeah, that was actually nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Do you speak the language, by the way? Korean?
Do I speak Mandarin?
Yeah. Do you?
Drama, I know some words.
Okay.
Like for Korean, I know a lot. I know some of the specific words, but I can't speak.
Yeah, no,
I just enjoy it.
It was like when we used to watch Indian movies back in the days. We didn't know anything they were saying, but we loved the music. Yes. It was good. Yeah. Someone says you're good. I mean, that goes without saying. She's absolutely amazing. There's one that you talked about using virus for scanning malicious links. I don't know. Virus Total.
Yeah. I think I wore Ankara. Was it when I wore Ankara and I was like a newscaster and all of that? Yeah. I like that one. That was so much fun.
How to save data on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, you're doing the work, and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's crazy. Someone is suggesting that you can learn on Duolingo, by the way. But anyways.
Oh, I don't have that time. You know that I don't have that time. I don't have that time to do that.
But why Korean though? Okay, so maybe that's a quirk. I don't know.
Yeah.
One other. We always ask this question to every single person who comes here, and the question is, what's your tech story? Banking and finance, Covenant University, great university, by the way.
Thank you.
We have a lot of your graduates in the tech space. I think there's something that you guys are doing right.
Yes.
Aside the fact that you guys spend a lot of money getting the degree.
Oh, such a job. Oh, it's allowed.
And then you do spiritual emphasis and all of that. That must help.
Yes.
By the way, that definitely must help. So what's your tech story? How did it happen for you? How did you sound tech? Right.
I would like to think it happened when I was a kid, when I was still maybe 12 years old. The reason why I'm taking it back is because my parents got us our first PC, and myself and my brother, we used to compete with ourselves to see who would be the fastest typer.
Okay.
So then, I don't know if you know this software, Mavis Beacon. Like, we will practice on Mavis Beacon, myself and my brother, and I will try to up him in the typing skills. I did, by the way. He's not going to accept it. And I guess the curiosity grew from there. I started learning how to download software. Sega. I don't know if you play this Sega game.
Sega.
Oh my God.
Sega,
and this pinball game that Windows PC had back then. It was like pinball. You have to be, I don't know how to explain it, but OGs will remember this game, right? So I started downloading more of these games.
You're
More
telling
of
us how old you
software.
are now. Sorry.
Yeah, so I started downloading more of these games, and
Okay.
I got really interested in, you know, that dynamics of, oh, I can download something on the internet. I can download a song, LimeWire. I did not download it. They introduced me to it. But all just remember LimeWire as well. So it was LimeWire was like torrent of this day day. So LimeWire was download software pirated. It's not good. Back then I did not know.
Please tell
now,
them
don't
it's
do
a
that.
crime nowadays, by the way.
It's a crime.
Microsoft, yeah.
But then it was such a fascinating thing to do as at that time. And when I got into university, I pulled that skill set of mine as well to my school. And by that I mean I used to fix people's laptops for free back then.
Wow.
After a while, I started charging 500 naira. But before then, I used to, like, if you have a problem with your laptop, software problems, because I know that it's just a Google away. I can just go on Google and say, oh, okay, maybe you have an issue. Maybe I don't know what problem right now, but if you have an issue, I'll just go on Google, type the problem, and I will try to fix it. And yeah, the curiosity just blew from there. And I started developing my skills. And my first job was a digital marketing strategist at an agency. And that's when I came into the knowledge of, oh, there are people that actually get paid to talk about things or get paid as a blogger or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I can actually do it though. I can do it. I talk about like money. And so I decided to start. And I guess God has been so faithful. The journey from there has just been like, it has been like this.
Wow, great trajectory. It's been going up.
Yes,
Wow, crazy. And now it's tough to even get, guys, I would not even tell you how difficult it is to get Toby, but
don't cast
I'm not going to say anything there, but yeah, but you've been so busy. And I think that, what's the word, where the carcass is, the eagles gather. And that's because your content is, I mean, it's so innovative, so unique. It's usually an experience every time we watch it. And there's no surprise that everybody wants to work with you. That's great. So it's not like it was planned. And we find this every single time. We think, it's not that you plan, and there's a lot to say about, plan where you want to be, your life and all of that. But this didn't happen that way. And it also, I think, what do you think? I think the tech barriers are usually, the entry barriers for tech is low. What are your thoughts on that?
I personally think that as well. I feel like, and this is based on my own personal story, right? I did not go to school to learn any of the things I currently know. All the things I know are from YouTube, Google, websites, everything. I learned to build my first website because I started off as a blogger. I don't know how many people know, but I used to own a blog, misstechy.com, and my ex at that time wanted to get like somebody to help me develop the website, right? And I'm like, I can actually, let me see if I can do it. And lo and behold, I did it. I built my first, it was a WordPress website, but it was very fine. I liked it.
Fantastic.
I did everything by myself. So I feel like the barrier to entry is quite low. Anybody, and I mean anybody, even my grandma, if she has the determination, can actually pick something, go online, learn, and you become really skilled in that subject, right? And that's the beauty about tech, the fact that you don't need to do so much. You just need to be passionate and stick to learning, stick to upskilling yourself, right? So that's what I think. I think it's cool that way.
Great, fantastic. So that's it's low. The barriers are low, but then you really must give it your 100%. And I know you give it 100%.
You must.
Yes. You must give it 100%. So today we know you obviously as Miss Techy, pioneer in the field.
Yes.
How were you able to build that niche for yourself? How did it happen as well? I get the fact that you had to learn a skill, you had to build the skill up, but what's the process? And don't forget that we just don't want to see the click likes. We want to know the process because guys are trying to learn.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, it was more of, I already have a background knowledge of how influencers or content creators work because of my role as a digital marketing strategist at an agency. So after I know about like, okay, this is what these people can make, these are the possibilities in this market. What I did was to do my homework, right? So I try to research on what I can come in as. I didn't want to come in, and this is one thing that I always advise people: do not do what people are doing. That's boring. If you're coming in a particular field, you need to bring in something unique that people can immediately differentiate you with, right? And that's what I did. My uniqueness was the fact that I was making tech fun with my blog. People that know my blog there will remember, because I used to add memes and gifs in my blogs, and I liked it. Like, it was so much fun. And people, when people are talking about my blog, they don't say, "Oh, Miss Techy." They always say Miss Techy's blog is really exciting, because I try my best to simplify it in a fun way. So because of that, I moved over from blogging to video. And the same strategy was what I also employed with my video editing skills. I didn't want to be like everyone else, because, I mean, it's boring being like everybody else, right? I wanted to bring in something that would make me stand out. So I did my research as well, and luckily I found VFX. Or VFX found me. By the way, VFX is visual effects, for those that don't know. It's the magic I do sometimes, right?
That's it.
So I felt like, oh wow, this is actually quite cool. I love the way they manipulate images or videos to achieve something or to tell a story. I'm like, oh, why can't I do it? And when I went online, I went on YouTube, I realized that it's hard, but it's not so hard, right? And so I started watching. I made my few mistakes. If you watch my old videos, oh my god.
Where are they? Are they still on your profile?
Oh, they are. They are. I even posted one, some others on my Instagram story some days back. They were terrible. Let me know, like. But the beauty in doing your thing is you're allowed to make mistakes, right? You're allowed to say, "Oh, I made a mistake. Let me correct it." And if you're passionate about something, right? And I guess that's what has made me to an extent. The fact that I stuck to what I believed in, which is what I do now. Like, I was so passionate about it, I wanted to see it through. So I would not mind the obstacles. I would not mind staying up at night because I'm trying to learn something. So a lot of people see, oh, 1 minute video. That 1 minute video is a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of sleepless nights just to make sure that I perfect my craft, right? So my journey to being Miss Techy is a lot of sleepless nights. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of consistency. It's a lot of showing up regardless of your feelings or not. And the internet now, the algorithm, content creators out there will understand what I'm trying to say. The algorithm is a mess. The reason why I say it's a mess now is if you don't show up, they're going to reduce your reach. Say that again. If you don't show up, they're going to reduce your reach. Fantastic. So you need to. They treat you like you are their employee. I don't know if it makes sense. So Instagram feels like you are supposed to. This is a 9 to 5 for you. You're supposed to be posting every day. We don't understand why you're not posting. So the moment you don't post, maybe in a week, they're going to, this one is not serious. Let's reduce our reach. It's that bad. So you need to continually show up. And if you don't, it's like you're affecting your own self, right? So all of that is a lot of hard work. And that's why any type of content creator I see that is showing up, I respect them, regardless of whatever they are doing, because I know the amount of dedication, I know the amount of hard work that it takes to actually show up every day.
Wow. Guys, I mean, this one is a free tip that we should pay money for. Content creators out there, tech guys,
I swear.
Your reach reduces if you don't show up consistently. Chibuzo, are you hearing that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's cool. What do you have to say about mentorship? How has mentorship worked for you? Is it like something important? Because you're self-taught, clearly. You put in a lot of hard work. Yes. Was there someone who had gone before in the field that you looked up to, or someone who you reached out to help? Just help us talk about that, right?
So for me, I did not have mentors that were physically present that could just call and say, well, so please, I'm having this problem. I'm such an introvert. I know you know this to a large extent. Oh my God, I'm trying to break out from that corner that I've put myself in. But I'm such an introvert. I stay in my room. I can stay in my room all day with my laptop and there's internet and would not see the need to go out. It's that bad. And maybe just freshen up and come back to the room or to my office. So I did not let myself grow in that regard, which I regret now if I were to like flashback or if I were to go back and redo my journey, right? I'll probably change that aspect of my life. The role of mentors is very important. But there's one aspect that family acted as a mentor for me, right?
Okay.
So I wanted to quit Miss Techy at one point. This was when I was
Wow.
still a blogger.
Wow.
The reason why I wanted to quit at that time was because I went online. I went on Twitter. As at that time, you guys don't search for it. Don't worry, you'll not find it. It's a long time ago. So some people were actually trolling me on Twitter, and the reason why they were trolling me was because they felt like my blog was not serious. Like, and my blog was not meant to be serious. I wasn't coming in to be serious. I was coming to simplify tech, right? So they trolled me and they felt like, well, what's this one doing? This one's just saying nonsense. And it affected me because these were people that I thought were like tech G's. So imagine the tech people that you look up to and like, this guy, respect. And they're trolling you and you're like, oh my God, am I actually doing something? Are you sure I shouldn't just, because I don't like confrontation. I like to stay on my lane. I don't like wahala, to be very honest, right? So it affected me, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm just going to stop what I'm doing. Looks like maybe these guys they don't understand the vision, so I might as well just stop while I'm just starting. And then my family members, because I spoke to my auntie, and then she told my mommy I'm a ball. She told my mommy she told a lot of things, and I'm beating on my head. Why would you want to stop? Do you know that these people, for them to talk about you, it means you're doing something? Have you ever talked they just put in words in my head. So I can imagine if I don't have people in my corner at that time, it would have been easy to just pull off the plug and just say, no, I'm not doing. So you need people, regardless of the journey that you're in. You need actually people that have either gone before you to set your path straight, or people that are in your space that do something similar to what you do. They can easily, like right now, I have friends, Valor Reviews, Eric, Fisayo. These are people that anytime if I'm having problems, I can easily call and say, what's up, Alpha? Please come and borrow me something. Oh, we actually need people in our family. So regardless of whether or not I'm an introvert, I still need to build like a community of people that I can rely on, that they can also inspire me as well.
Absolutely. Great. Actually, you see, I mean, the comments have been hilarious. But Bele, everything. You know, but I think the one that is shocking everyone the most is the fact that you're an introvert. No one believes that.
Yes.
I mean, I can tell you guys a story or two, but okay. But you know, the people can't get over the fact that you're actually an introvert. Okay, cool. Yes. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's do some practical sessions, Miss Techy. And you know, that thing you have at the background, is it real?
Nice.
No.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. If you test me, I will bring out my juju power now. Don't test me. There's power in the Lord.
All right.
But yeah, so, everything is real. Don't worry, it's real.
Okay, cool. And the hair is real, right? Tell me that as well.
It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. But it's not real.
It's real. Because that one blew me away. That video blew me away. I actually thought that.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy.
That was actually cool. I really like that.
Okay, cool. So someone is asking. Maybe I don't know how well you'll be able to put this into biteable, chewable sizes. Share with us a thought process that goes into one of your videos, just one of it. Okay. Something, you know, that's something that people can hold on to and say, okay, so this is how it goes, and maybe I can try it. All right, formula, your secret formula, you know.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Yeah. So for me, it depends. There are two types of videos that I do. There are the effects, you know, all the effects that I do, and there's just the normal. I'm just sharing information as simple as I can. Now, those ones are not stressful. The ones where I share information as simple as I can, it's just about research. But you see, the ones that are stressful, my dear brother, it's the ones that I do magic. Those ones, they take a lot of time and energy. Now, my process is this, right? First of all, the most important thing, or the most important part of my process is getting the idea, right? That's obviously the first part. And because of how I am, I don't like to repeat ideas. So if I do one effect, I don't like to repeat it again. So every now and then I have to show up with new ideas because of I don't like to classify myself as a perfectionist, but sometimes I think I am, sometimes, right? So I like to bring in something new to the table every time, right? And so it can be very stressful, but the first part of my process is getting an idea. There are two ways that I always recommend for idea generation. I always say something, you are what you consume, right? You can't give out what you don't consume already or what you don't know, right? So it's what you know that you actually dish out. So I consume a lot of VFX content. I have people that I use Instagram saves a lot. Like there's this save collection thingy that they have. I use it a lot. I save a lot of content. If I see a content that is in line with what I do, I save it for reference purpose, and I binge watch. I actually have days where I'm just consuming content. I'm just feeding my mind with as much as I can. And even biblically, God actually supports that. Like out of the heart, is it out of
the abundance of the
abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh, right? So it's what you actually put in that you can give out. So that's one aspect of my content creation. My idea generation is in two phases. Because of what I consume, I'm able to dish out. And second phase is obviously the God factor, right? There are days where even with what I consume, nothing will still come to my head. No light bulb moment will come to my head, and I'll just pray and be like, you know what, God, you're the biggest creator of life. Over to you, Miorayo. I'm a rabbit, sorry. Miorayo is I don't have time, and then I sleep, and all of a sudden I get like, oh my God, this is an idea, and I take my voice note. Another important fact, guys, if you get an idea, do not write it down. Hey,
are you sure?
Do not write it down.
This one is a teachable moment. Okay, we're getting our pens. So we should not write it down.
Do not write it down. Instead, take your voice memo app or your voice recording app and say it as it comes. You see that writing down is a problem because I think our brain will now switch. Trust me, I've tried both ends. Once I start writing something down, right, the idea is not flowing as when I first got it. Like that rush of, oh my God, I just got this idea. Let me type it. No, that's the big trap. It's not going to flow like when you say it. So if you get your voice memo app, and the moment you get an idea, you just open your voice memo app and you say it as it's come to mind. Trust me, you will even get more idea. That has worked for me. That thing is like magic. Like I don't know how to explain how it works, but it works, right? So I always recommend if you have an idea, especially when that moment where like it's a burst of idea, just take your voice note app and start saying it. Like, so what I do, oh my God, okay, the phone I'm using for this slide is what I use to record. I'll have shown you my voice memo app. Oh, Jesus. I'm sure if I told they were paying for that app, they'll have charged me a lot because I do a lot of voice memos on that app, right? So if I get an idea, immediately I am recording on my voice memo app. And after that, I start planning. So I have like a software that I use to script down the processes. Okay, this is what I'm going to shoot first. This is what I'm going to shoot next. This is how I'm going to shoot it. So I plan for filmmakers, we call it storyboarding. So I do like a bit of visual representation of how it's going to look like. Then the shooting is the hardest part for me. I hate shooting. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
I actually wish that we can get to the part where technology can replicate us. That's a scary thought. I don't want to. But okay. Like if there were no consequences to this, I wish we can get to that part where technology can replicate us and it's my replica that is filming the video and I'm just sitting down eating chicken with no makeup on my face and looking at her do her thing. Like I don't like shooting. That's the most stressful part of my content creation process. But yeah, I get to shoot, and then the fun part for me is editing. I love
okay.
I love it. Many people will not agree. Every content, like the average content creator out there would say editing is the most stressful part. But because I enjoy it's a problem solving thing for me. I like when I encounter a problem because I'm like, okay, this is a problem, and I go to YouTube. I like it. I like when there's a problem self because problems have a way of making me improve and making me know more than I already know.
Okay.
So I don't know why I'm not capping. No, I'm actually not capping. Like the editing process is my fun part. That's the funness. Except when clients are on my neck. That's when it's not fun. That's when it's not fun. Because I'm under a lot of pressure, but if I'm just free to do my thing, right, the editing part is the fun part, shooting part is the most stressful part. But I hope I've been able to answer the question on how this goes.
Creative process, yes. Yeah. Guys, what she was talking about was storyboarding, BOARDING, right? I see some people ask about that. It's storyboarding, yeah. Yes, and then she shared, the entire process, from ideation and all of that. She likes solving problems. We need you in Nigeria. Can you contact?
I beg you.
We have the problems. We have the problems up to here, right? And then someone says you must love mathematics. No, let me take some.
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Oh, really? Oh, wow. How did you do banking and finance? Who forced you? Who forced you to do
brother.
that? Oh, your brother.
See, no, I'm just saying, like I said, like I was referring to you, but I'm just saying, like, it was a struggle. I just crammed to pass. I had a strong 2-1, but it was a cram and
Oh,
pass.
wow.
If you ask me anything about finance, I probably would not be able to tell you. But that's the situation where I find myself in. I really don't like mathematics. I don't think I will ever work with my certificate. I don't think I will ever work at a
Nah,
bank,
I think that
right?
has left the stable now. That has left the
Maybe, but
stable.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think even passion wise, I'm not passionate about. I just did it because I already spent like a year at home, and my parents were like, you know what, just see you coming to university was what they were offering me, and I was going to study computer science. And one annoying thing about the school sector in Nigeria is how they limit you, because once you're in a commercial class or a science class, you can't switch in university. Like you have to stick to what you did in secondary school. I feel that's a big factor. That's a limiting factor. Because what if I have a change of mind? What if
Yeah.
that's what happened to me? I went to a commercial class, or I was in a commercial class in secondary school, and I found my passion for tech, SS3.
Okay.
And this was after I went to one animation class at NIIT back then, right?
Wow.
And so that's what I really enjoyed. I was like, oh wow, I was so fascinated, but it was already too late. I couldn't switch to a science class, which would make me study computer science, right? So my dad was like, okay, you know what, go study abroad. And unfortunately, they did not give me a visa. So that's
Oh my
so C
goodness,
was
that's
the
another
next.
story.
Yeah, C was the next best option at that time. But they were
Yeah.
offering me banking and finance, and I just had to go for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, you found your way back to tech.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
Guys, if you want to have questions, if you want questions, please put it in the question section. I'd
Yeah,
ask.
because I can't
Just,
even follow through.
yeah, no, but I have some questions already. Let me see. Some of them are comments. Some you just need to laugh at. Others you need to answer. But this is important. This is what if I'm shy to show my face on camera, but I want to post tech content. What do I do?
You don't want to show your face, but you
Yeah.
want to post tech content. See,
Yeah.
one thing I've come to realize is the value of your information is what people are looking at. People don't care about the quality of your videos. People don't even care about who you are. They want the average person is selfish. I don't really care. Like I really don't care. If you give me information, I will come and meet you every now and then. So there's some YouTube channels that they will not even show their face, but they're teaching valuable things, and
Absolutely.
I'm going there and I'm subscribed. And if they post a video, I will watch, because why? I need the information. I need it. I don't care about the person posting. Now, if you want to build a community, that's when the face matters, because you have to show people like when you show yourself, right? But aside from that, if your goal is to just build a tech channel, all you need is to make sure you up your value system. You know, valuable information, and you're good to go.
Fantabulous. You just got a marriage proposal on the comments, by the way.
I hope it's like a fine husband, though, but no. It's not like that. Thank you.
You got a marriage proposal, by the way, and he's part of the Beard Gang, so quite a dashing young man. And Nathan is saying it would be nice if you could host a cohort for B developers, Miss Techy. Do you host classes, right? And I know how your time is, but I mean that's one question. How do you answer that? Do you host classes, web, anything?
So, school, I've been saying this since the beginning of this year. Let me not lie, but Manny, you understand that I wish I had. I don't even have time for myself, and that's because I'm the only one doing everything. I'm the only one choosing. I'm the only one speaking.
I'm gonna ask that question, by the way. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of work. I want to find a balance. I want to have time for myself, right?
Okay.
And the only way to do that is obviously to outsource. Unfortunately, as I speak, I can't find an editor. I've been searching for an editor for months now. I have not found one that can work full time, and at least for the first 2 months full time, and it's good, right? I've not found one, so it's difficult to actually plan than what I currently have right now. I don't know if it makes sense. I really want to start a class. As a matter of fact, I told my mom that I was going to have like a free session for ladies only.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you guys are watching. But like a free class every month where I teach like 30 women how to edit. And I'm not talking about just, okay, cut, paste, badass editing. Because I've realized that there's a huge gender gap when it comes to VFX content, especially from the female angle. Like we don't see, even globally, right? You know, when it comes to other aspects, globally, we might see some females there, like holding huge positions, like globally. But even for VFX, and by VFX, I mean visual effects, for those who don't know, for visual effects, content, or editing, we don't see women. Like, I can count 1 or 3 or 4 women that are doing so well, as opposed to, like, more than, I can't even count the number of guys that do VFX that I follow, right?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to teach like 30, let me have, because the reason why it's 30 so that I can monitor their progress and everything like that. But I've not found the time. And I can't kill myself. I cannot come and kill myself. So I need to really strike a balance and find time. I mean, it was difficult to even get through to me on WhatsApp of all places. Do you get so? It's tricky for me, but hopefully, I get the time and find the balance.
If it's at the top burner of your mind, you definitely will do it, because I always feel, for me, it's a responsibility if you have been loaded with such giftings and such talents. And I know there's a lot of hard work to it, obviously, but you know, it's a responsibility. We believe it takes a village to succeed and prosper. So we do need we do share a responsibility to teach people, and actually, if you do this for women, it's great, and I think that that's something we should consider. All right, we'll do it together. Don't worry. Let's go. All right, cool. Some other questions are coming in. Do you have particular apps you use for these things? And then tell us this thing about you doing everything. You know, it's like I mean, tech makes it easy and makes it possible, right? But how do you manage that? You know,
so
you want to talk about those two?
The apps that I use and how I'm able to manage the whole process.
The process.
Okay. So for the apps that I use, I always advocate. I mean, CapCut, at this point, CapCut should just make me the ambassador.
We'll tell them. We have to tell them that one.
CapCut. So I'm sure people that edit know about CapCut. Like, CapCut is the holy grail of mobile editing. So it allows you to edit very well on your phone. Like, it pretty much has everything that even After Effects has. Like, you can remove your background in CapCut. This will take a lot of time when it comes to PC softwares like After Effects, right? So for mobile, I always advocate for CapCut because it has everything you need in this life, right? For PC, because I'm a MacBook user, I use Final Cut. But
guys, we need to scratch that out of the recording. She said MacBook. Let's
sorry.
that out.
sorry. So I actually have 2 laptops. I have 2 laptops actually. My Windows PC and my MacBook. Because
what does Windows PC mean?
Okay, my HP.
Please come on.
Windows spell it out. Fine. So I actually have my. I don't know. Okay, it's not here at the moment. But I have HP, because I'm a reviewer. I have to experience both sides. I can't just be limited to just one aspect because of my job, right?
I know.
And that's why I also have an Android and an iPhone. You will not see me with just an iPhone, because how will I explain to Android users how they can fix something on their systems or their phones, right? I need to have like a bit of both worlds, right? So for Mac OS, I recommend Final Cut. For Windows OS, Premiere Pro or DaVinci. DaVinci is actually better, but not. I did say that. Adobe Video, in case you're watching, I did not say that. Premiere Pro is the best. Then for VFX effects, so my effects that I do, I use After Effects a lot. I love After Effects. Now, the problem with After Effects, I had a problem with After Effects. I didn't like After Effects when I started. I thought it was like further maths. And in secondary school, I hated further maths, right? But the beauty about tech is, initially, it might seem daunting. Like, it might seem like, oh my God, this is too much. Like, if you are trying to learn how to code, it might seem like a lot initially. Or whatever course you want to go for, it might seem like a lot. But when you start, everything just becomes simple. Like, after I braved through the initial, I don't like this software, it looks too complicated. After I braved that, everything just seems, it just seems like very easy. Right? So if you are trying something and initially it looks difficult, trust me, stick at it. Especially if you're passionate about it. Don't allow the initial gra stop you from learning that software. So that's what helped me. So those are the 4 main softwares that I use. CapCut, After Effects, Final Cut, and Premiere Pro / DaVinci Resolve. What else? So how do I manage all my processes? Let me not lie. I don't think I've gotten an answer to that question.
Yeah.
I still stress myself. Normally, I'm not supposed to be working throughout the night. I'm a lady. I'm supposed to be enjoying my life. I'm supposed to be living the baby girl life. I still stress myself.
Soft life.
You get. But I still stress myself a lot. I don't think I have the perfect answer to that question. But I'm the type of person that likes to take up challenges a lot. I don't like to. How will I explain? I have this. If I'm not working, what's the point? Like, what am I doing? I can watch Chinese drama and Korean drama, but then I get bored and I want to try something. Like, I don't like to sit down one place, right? So that has maybe helped me to an extent because I'm always looking for what to do, how to improve my skills, what to learn. Right now, I'm currently learning 3D, that's Blender and Cinema 4D. So all of that, maybe because of the type of person I am, maybe that's how I'm able to still work through all the processes, even though it might be very challenging.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I still can't get over the fact that in university you were fixing laptops. That's how were you tomboyish when you were younger?
You didn't get I didn't get that.
No, I'm saying that you were back in university, you used to fix people's laptops, software.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Funny thing is I had 4 laptops and all of them were HP laptops. So in my room, if you come to my room then, like so I'm the first daughter of my dad.
It shows.
So my uncle gave me my first laptop. My dad sent his compact HP. Like I had all of them on my bed. So people just come in and say, laptop guru. Oh yeah, come help me fix my laptop. And there's this thing I always do called pimp my laptop. That one was 1,000 naira back then. So what that does is I would change everything about the laptop. You know this Windows login sound. I forgot the Windows login sound, but you know, I changed it to welcome back. Welcome back. So when you open your laptop, it wouldn't be that. Ta-da! It would just be a song playing. Like people like that thing. Ladies, I made money. I made a lot of money from that, but it was those were the good old days.
Good old days. Funny thing, yes. I used to tell the story, by the way, and I don't know how you guys in Covenant University are built different. So I was talking about a story I told one of the sessions we had about how I got my first job. I was friends to this Covenant University guy who used to do exactly what you used to do, right?
Oh,
he was just picking laptops apart. His name was Taiwo Adedipe. And then all he did was pick laptops apart, and that was what he did as his specialty. When he got into HP back in the days, it was not about his degree, it was about his hands-on skills that he had that could never be denied, right? Because he was just a guru.
Yes.
Because he could pick apart what engineers were doing. This guy had done it on several laptops.
Yes.
And he was absolutely so good. And the funny thing is that even though he was younger than me by so many years, it was through his recommendation that I got the job in HP, right?
Wow.
Even though I recommended him, so when you're about to get a job, when he called me to say, I got the interview, and can you be my referee? I was like, oh, why not? And so I was his referee, because at the time I was already a manager of a retail outlet. And then eventually he was my own referee. Talking about how you must never underestimate people that come into your lives, and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, cool. We'll take a couple of questions and then we go into the part where you choose who we're going to give the laptop.
I just choose it.
Yeah. No,
I really choose it.
But we'll tell you. So let me tell you how it works. So we're gonna pick 3 to 5 of the most active participators.
Nice.
There are guys who have been out there. And these guys don't know this. I'm telling them a secret now, but I have a team who's also doing a profile check of every person because we need to also be sure that, first of all, they have, they're incredible, by the way. Okay? Then they will do a 1-minute pitch, we'll invite them, and you're going to be the judge and the jury. And we're going to select the guys who you think are passionate enough. Passion speaks to passion, all right?
Yeah.
And you'll see it. And hopefully they are prepared, because there's also something that speaks to preparation. You must prepare for that opportunity. And then we talk about sometimes the 45 seconds elevator pitch and all of that. Guys, there's a lot to be said about that. Okay, so let me ask you, Amarachi is already trying to rig the game. All right, someone was asking how old you are, Engineer Golden. Please, we don't ask those kind of questions.
I'm a Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. She's going to be turning 18.
Yes.
Next,
I look it.
When is your
do.
Okay, she's going to be turning 18. Someone is talking about being shy. Lots of questions. We will document these questions, and over time, blah, blah, blah. So this question, and I suppose some of it has been answered. If someone approaches you for mentorship, will you accept? She's trying to find balance now, so it's difficult. Yeah, for now.
But I will, trust me. Like
I know you will.
That aspect. Yeah.
And I trust you as well. Yeah, and so sis, how do you perceive the concept of finding your niche? You have a strong presence in the tech industry, but I've noticed your successful involvement in various sectors, FMCG, Google. Do you believe that this kind of versatility is attainable for everyone? Is it versatility, or you do a job for them? Talk about this.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's actually a very good question.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my own thing, and they come look for me. Do you get?
Okay.
So it's not like, oh, I set out to do a video for an FMCG brand, for example. I'm doing my own thing, and because of how creative my things were done, or how unique, actually not creative, how unique they were, I guess it just attracted people. And that speaks to the fact that whatever you do, you need to bring your uniqueness. It's your unique value that people are looking for, right? So you can't just become like, so let's say, for example, you want to, I'm trying to look for an example, but let's say you want to be a fashion content creator, for example. You can't come and play in a field where everybody's doing different things and say, oh, you want to be like somebody. Or you can't be like a Miss Techy, for example. You have to find something in you that is sellable and is unique to you that you can sell. I don't know if you get it. So for me, that was what I was doing. I was just showing up consistently, and some of these brands saw that, oh, this, for her to do this, it means she can fit into our product, or she can be able to sell our product. And so they reached out to me, and I like once again, if you know me, you know that I like to challenge myself, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do it, and I did a good job at it, if I just say so myself. Anyways, so I don't know if I answered the question well, but it's more of sticking to your niche and being very good at it. Bring your A game, and before you know it, you might find yourself in different niche because of how good your content is. That's what happens.
So, absolutely, so good you cannot be ignored. I saw that one somewhere. Let's talk about tech trends shaping the future. What tech? So there are a lot of questions. I'll try and summarize that. You're a self-proclaimed gadget freak, right? Obviously. So what are some of the most exciting and innovative tech gadgets or trends that you think would shape the future, Miss Techy?
If you know me, you know that I am a preacher of AI. AI. Oh my God. I found an AI that cloned me.
Wow.
So you know what I was saying, that I wish I had like a robot. There's actually an AI that can clone you, and if you type it, and it would, all you need to do is a picture of you. You send it to the AI, and the AI does a video for you. Like, I don't think it's perfect yet, but imagine 5 years, 6 years to come, how good this will be, right? So I'm an advocate. Like, I talk about AI almost every market day on my page, and that's because I feel like AI is one of the biggest. It's the new tech that would shape the future. It's the tech that will shape the future, in my opinion, right? I feel that it's going to blow so much that we might not even be able to control it, and that's the other side of the AI. But for now, I'm an advocate. I love talking about AI. I love talking about the possibilities that it brings to the table, and I also feel that that's one major tech trend that would. So if you want to study anything, try to look into that line. For people that just want to study something, I would advocate for you to actually focus your attention as well. You can diversify into other things, right? But try to focus your attention on subjects around AI, data, cybersecurity, because those are the things that will really dominate the future. Because by the time everybody start getting online, there'll be issue with data and bridges and all of that. We need all the cybersecurity guys to come in and clean up all our messes. So those three major angles. For gadgets, obviously, we already know that personally, I'm very jaded with phones. I'm so jaded. Reason is because everything is the same. Like, okay, yes, 35, 100 mega, 200 megapixel, all of that. What else? What else? What I want is, I want a phone that is just like this size, and all I do is press it, and there's like a holographic display air. Like, if they do that,
that's right.
Like mad. Do you get? But for now, when it comes to gadgets, I feel like phone companies are playing it safe. Even with the Apple launch, iPhone 15 was the most.
Yeah. Don't think.
Yeah. But you guys saw my video. You know how I feel about it. Yeah. So, pretty much, I feel like phone companies are playing it safe. Maybe they're keeping they're hiding all because they're research and development team. I don't think I'm sure they must have brought up something really nice concepts, but everybody's just playing it safe and trying to. But in the future, we're going to see more innovative designs with phones, right? Probably something of what I just said, or even like smaller phones, and obviously AR is going to play a major role in the future. We see what Mark Zuckerberg is doing with his metaverse and all of that, right? So I feel like we are going to have more AR devices, right? So devices that you can wear and all of a sudden you're interacting with. And it's not going to be like the Oculus. It's not going to be as big as the Oculus. It's going to be as small as, of which we have that now. Ray-Ban glasses. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw that one. That's scary. In privacy, becoming a thing of the past nowadays. But
but I mean, we're going to see more of that, and it's going to integrate itself in our day-to-day life. So they're going to build gadgets that will not be obvious, that will be so like very small, but you'll be able to interact with the internet world, for lack of a better word. So I feel like all of these things, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm excited. I'm also scared at the same time because if we were to watch all these movies, all these series like Black Mirror, for example, we can see that there's the other side to technology. Yeah. But if managed properly, it's for our own betterment. If managed properly.
Absolutely, and AR is augmented reality. Guys, just so that we're not throwing words at you. And she's mentioning some great things. We know cybersecurity, so because we had a conversation with Cecilia the last time talking about cybersecurity. One of the things we'll do before the end of the year is also talk about AI. We have an amazing guy who will also do that. Talk about and you're definitely spot on. Now, Adolfo says his question wasn't answered. Adolfo, so in terms of the versatility, it's not that Miss Techy is an expert in finance, in FMCG, and all of those industries. She offers them a service. And for her to do that service, she needs to do her research, and then she's able to articulate it like she's actually in that industry. So she still sticks to her core, but at the end of the day, the versatility comes, with her interacting and trying to make it good for the brands that come to her. All right, so I hope that helps you with that question. All right, one more thing. As a woman in tech, I love this one, and I love that you've mentioned it already. You have been an inspiration to many, and obviously, gender equality is key to my heart, obviously. So, what advice do you have for aspiring female tech enthusiasts who want to make their mark in the industry? Speak to the women there, and there's so many of them who are in the comment section talking and excited about what you're doing.
So for me, I feel like as women, we bring so much. We have a unique sense of looking at things, right? The way a guy would look at something, like, this is white and black. Women bring a different perspective to things, right? And there are so many areas that can be applied, like we can apply that perspective to tech. Yeah. Even in what I do, right? I would like to say that because of my gender, I'm able to see things in a different light than what the guys would do. The guys are just rigid, black and white. Okay, this is this, that. But me, I tend to bring in my uniqueness that I'm sure females out there would understand. So if I were to advise anyone, I'll say stick at what you're doing. If you are passionate about something, a subject in tech, a course in tech, do not be disturbed by the noise or the gainsayers or the naysayers. Sorry, not gainsayers. The naysayers and what they have to say about what you're doing. Stick at it. Because based on my own story, right, I started off with I didn't go to school. I didn't go to any university to learn about what I do right now. I did it because I was passionate about it. And it worked for me, right? And along the line, some people tried to bring me down, but God didn't allow them win, right? So I feel like we have so much to offer in the world of tech. Like we have so much to offer. And we can only show it off if we are consistent at it, if we stick at it, if we're not perturbed by whatever anybody's saying. And trust me, we're not going to get it at the onset. And this is not just to say that, okay, if you start now, you're going to be perfect. I had my own issues while learning and trying to be who I am right now. But you have to be consistent at it. And we have to show the world that, you know what, we have what it takes to actually rule as well. Like, I don't think there's supposed to be a gender anything. Personally, I don't see myself as. That's why I don't capitalize on it a lot. A friend of mine was like, "Oh, you're supposed to capitalize on the fact that you're a female in tech," and I'm like, I mean, it's obvious already. It's obvious. There's no point to preach it, right? Because I don't like to see myself as a gender. Like, I feel like we are all the same. Whatever a guy is doing, I can do. I'm not supposed to be limited by what my gender is supposed to be limited by, in quotes, right? So I feel like if you have that approach to things, we can conquer a lot of things, right? Yeah, I don't know if I've said enough, but hopefully what I've said makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does, and it's very, very clear. Absolutely. This one, I mean, I'll just round up. There are lots of questions. My team is documenting all of that, and then hopefully, if we don't get all the answers today, we'll try.
Yeah, human first. Someone put it nicely. We are human first before gender.
Absolutely.
Very correct. Exactly.
Absolutely. We're all equal. And we teach our daughters that as well. There's no seeing yourself differently.
Exactly.
I think women are doing a great job. I mean, I said in one of the episodes that we ran that in the tech space, at some point in Nigeria, you had the Microsoft head of Microsoft in Nigeria. You had Google having their director for Nigeria who was female. HP, my predecessor, was also female. So we have lots of women who are doing absolutely great jobs here, and they have broken all of the glass ceilings. We just need to encourage a lot more to also follow in the pattern. We have had Miss Techy, we've had Sistina, you know, and the thing is, we're just having lots of women that are doing great stuff. This one is very personal. What is it about Hillsong and Bethel music?
Oh!
And how does it influence your work and creativity?
Okay, so I'm about to get really emotional now because I'm such a firm believer of God. Like, I would not get who I am right now without God. Like, so Hillsong and Better Music. You know how songs inspire you?
Yeah,
so there are times when I'm working, I'm a bit down, and all of it, I'll just play a song, and before you know it, I'm back again. I'm back to my usual self, right? So some of the songs that I've helped along the line are songs from Hillsong, songs from Better Music, because I have to. If you go to a Nathaniel Bassey's page and post he made some months back, you probably see one of my comments. I like to think that I have a spirit of discernment, so I tend to discern a lot. And personally, I feel like these people, Hillsong, Better Music, I'm adding some people to my mix already, but Hillsong and Better Music most especially, like their songs are, you can tell that these people put in so much work, and which brings me down to hard work. Not just like they've sacrificed their songs on the altar of prayer, and so the songs are doing what it should do in the lives of people. Do you know how many times I've cried because of song? I'm not an emotional person. Okay, I'm somehow emotional because I just remember that I cried because of a Korean drama.
Oh my!
But
my words.
But you would catch me on a normal day. That was just a one-off. I'm not really an emotional person like that in that regard. But imagine someone that is not like that, just crying because of the burst of emotion that you get from listening to, you know, really powerful
music,
spirit-filled songs.
Yeah.
So I have to. They've helped me. They've helped me along my journey. They've even helped me when I'm working. I download my YouTube. Once again, this is my main phone. I was about to show you my YouTube music, my playlist. Like all the songs there are well thought. Like YouTube understands me. They know that this girl, this is the type of songs she likes, and so they bring in more recommendations. So yeah, I feel like music is one important factor when it comes to working. Like it helps you. It clears your mind. So regardless of the type of songs you listen to, you know the power that music brings to the table. Fortunately for me, Hillsong and Better Music, they just inspire me. They help my spiritual journey. They also help my work life as well. So yeah.
Fantastic, guys. That's been so wholesome. You've done everything. You've gone from starting out, you know, to the process. This is like a masterclass that is absolutely resonating at every single level. I'll try and summarize some of the things, and there are a lot actually, and we'll just try and see if we can get some winners, and then do some giveaways, right? I'll tell you some of the nuggets I've penned down, and we'll keep churning out. You know, you said something about it seems hard at first until you actually do it. All right, so just keep at it, guys. I'm summarizing this for you. Inspirational music is amazing. All right, it has to be spiritual, whatever it is. And I think for Toby, it's been great. She uses CapCut, After Effects, DaVinci, Final. So, and all of these things are some of the tools, tips that you guys can also jump on. You always have to do something unique, something different. You know, so she had something that she always knew she wanted to do from the get-go. It makes it easy. One of the things that we talk about in terms of my own leadership style is clarity of thought. And for Miss Techy, making tech fun and easy was top on the agenda. Exactly. So she knew that from the get-go, and that pretty much got her exactly where she wanted to be. She was self-taught, so yes, it can't work. It can't be self-taught. Yeah. Either way, with a lot of research, she does believe in mentorship. It's helped her in no great deal. I mean, in a lot of ways. Allow yourself to make mistakes. I think this one is absolutely awesome. Yes. Thank you for that heavy nugget. Allow yourself to make mistakes and then keep showing up all day, every day.
Well, not every day. Okay, because of Instagram. So what I always advocate is be consistent. So if you pick like 3 days in a week, as far as you show up 3 days in a week, that's consistency. The algorithm will recognize that, right? Me, I try to take my own a step further, but do what you're comfortable with. Fantastic. And then extend over time. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's one. So it's consistency is key, actually, not every day, 24 hours, right? You are what you consume. This one, obviously, everyone should know. You're definitely what you consume. And then she's giving a tip, rather than write, use the voice memo. That's one that people will definitely
like. A lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And then really it's all about the quality of your content, right, guys? And please, and be bold. I mean, it's crazy, right? So this is an introvert who definitely didn't give a hoot, to go public and to do what it is that she loved. I mean, so whether there was fear, whether there was self-doubt, all of that was sacrificed at the altar of passion. And I love that, by the way. And she did it irrespective. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your comments and everything that you are contributing. I mean, we love having these conversations. We probably have a part 2 because obviously it's been fun. And I love the fact that Toby has just been herself and she has talked to us like she were having a parlor conversation. No airs, all substance. I used to have that hashtag, no airs, all substance.
Thank you.
And it's been beautiful. So we have 5 people that the guys have isolated, selected, and then they'll invite them, I'll speak the names now, invite them, they'll do a 1-minute pitch, and then Miss Techy will do us the honors of choosing someone who's going to home with a laptop and data today.